is over for some kids in Central Florida. Many of them are going to head back to class today, and it will also be the first day of classes under the new CDC coronavirus guidelines. Dr. Oz joining us live this morning to talk more about 3 feet versus 6 feet and what does this all mean. Hope you had a good weekend, Doc. How are you?
I had a wonderful weekend. I was in Florida, actually.
Oh,
so not
nice.
Too far from you.
Well, I wish we could have ordered up better weather for you because it was kind of yucky down here this weekend.
It was so better than up here. So let's get to the CDC rules, which I know are frustrating to folks, and they were frustrating to me too. So the World Health Organization has always said 3 feet is the rule. You don't need to stay more than that away in order to reduce the chance of getting COVID-19. The CDC in this country said, no, not 3 feet, 6 feet. Why? 1940s data on bacteria landing in petri dishes from people who are coughing led them to believe that made a difference. It turns out there's a small benefit from doubling from 3 to 6 feet, but not a huge one. Most of the benefits just those first 3 feet, which is what the World Health Organization has been saying, which the CDC finally agreed with over the weekend, saying that school children can sit 3 feet from each other with a minimal risk of infecting each other. And unless they're at lunch or doing some activity, or if they're with the teachers have to still be 6 feet away, it should be safe. And I think it's the right decision.
Well, and Doc, there's the other factor too, is mask versus not mask. I don't think there are any schools that are allowing kids to be in the classroom without a mask on. So if you have a mask on, doesn't that also change the distance ruling?
Well, they're assuming that you have a mask on when they're saying 3 feet, because obviously that's going to slow down the ability of any virus to travel. But let's be clear about this. The safest place for a child is in school, because you actually get less COVID in school than out of school, but outdoors if possible, or in a well-ventilated room. So since you have the flexibility, I keep the windows open, try to do classes outside whenever possible. It's not too cold today, not too hot today. It's not a bad day to be outside. And young people have a much lower incidence, we all do, when we're outside. In fact, I don't even know of any cases of transmission of COVID-19 from being outdoors. That's the safest place. And then you don't have to worry about masks. You don't have to worry about 3 feet. Everything seems to be okay.
Well, and Doc, too, the American Academy of Pediatrics came out over a year ago saying, you know, look, it's fine. Kids need to be back in the classroom. This is really important. They need to go back. But yet there are still states that are really struggling with this.
It's not just the one or two little groups. Yes, the pediatricians who speak for children, their parents say that's the case. So does the government agencies across the board. People believe that kids are in pretty good shape. Less than 1% of students have school-related COVID-19. We've known this since last March, by the way, and schools around the world are open for that very reason. I think we need to get teachers vaccinated, but simultaneously open the schools up. Let kids go back to a safer place. Because you know what? If they're not in school, they're at home playing with their friends where there's definitely no social distancing, or they're in daycare or other places where they continue to spread these viruses and ping them back and forth. They don't have symptoms, they don't get sick, but they do carry the virus.
Doc, let's talk AstraZeneca real quick, because we know that they have been using it in Europe. There was some controversy over whether or not it was safe. But now we've got these new study results from using it here in the U.S.
Well, AstraZeneca unfortunately made some missteps early on. They literally gave the wrong dose to patients back in November. But it turns out it's a safe vaccine. It works really well. Like the other vaccines, 0% chance of severe illness if you're adequately vaccinated. It's an older technology. It's an affordable vaccine. The rest of the world will be using it widely. It'll be approved here, I believe, as well. However, there's some rumors around it that are continuing to percolate, which I think will slow down its adoption. But the big message is here. We now have a 4th vaccine that'll be coming out. I'm pretty confident we have enough vaccines for all Americans, certainly older Americans, by the end of April. If you get your vaccine, we can take away the need to get hospitalized if you get sick.
All right, Doc, we're almost out of time, but I just got to make this mention because it's so cool. You're going to do Jeopardy.
I am. I get to host Jeopardy. It's like drinking from a fire hose, and all the money of the contestants that win go to our health core schools, teaching kids about health. It's a joy of my life, and Alex Trebek was a dear friend. I have newfound respect for what he made look easy, because it's not.
Oh, he is missed, and I'm excited for you. That's a wonderful opportunity. Dr. Oz, thank you.
Stay well.
You too. All right. And remember, you can watch Dr. Oz weekdays at 2 right here on Fox 35. Andrea.
Today, 2 men accused in the death of Osceola County mother